All right, welcome. We are here for week number 12. League of Misfits running F1 at Singapore tonight. Yeah, we got about 9 drivers here for this event. They're getting ready to start qualifying, so we'll jump in there with them here real quick. Looks like we're getting loaded into qualifying. We'll see who's going to get out on the track so far. Last week we had Rustin Nova picking up his first F1 win. Let's see if we can get somebody with the first win of the season. Somebody else getting here. Not Logical's been up front all season long. Has not yet picked up a win. See if he can find his way to the front. He looked good in practice. Had number one, number two practice time there. See if he can do something. Back that up here in qualifying. As they're getting ready to start right now. We're just starting qualifying 17 minutes in. Everybody's sitting in the pits so far. Looks like we got one of the McLarens coming out. It looks like we got the McLaren of Cooper coming out right now. He's going to come out early, get some times on. He was third in practice with hard tires on. Everybody with the softs and the mediums on besides Cooper, and Cooper was still right there in the top three. Looks like we got a few more cars coming out. The Mercedes illogical. Looks like one of the Ferraris coming out. The other Mercedes as well. While they're getting out their warm-up laps, we'll look at point standings right now for the championship season. So Cooper out front with 3 wins. He was right up front to win last week at Coda, leading the race on the last lap and spun out coming off of turn 12. Handing that win, not really handing it. Nova was there all week, but Cooper had that in the bag on the last lap. If he hadn't have spun and given Nova the win there, Cooper still coming home on the podium. We gave up that win last week at Coda, but still holds on to the point lead, 17 points over Logical. Rated's only been here for 5 races, and he's sitting third in the points championship. You can see he's got 5 wins, so 5 races, 5 wins there for Rated. Nova and Murph rounding out the top 5. BFD's had a bunch of struggles last week, some odd penalties as he was coming into the pits, kind of getting over the line, entering the pits, and ended up getting a couple 3-second penalties actually. So Affinity back there in 7th. Anabolic Nathan, he's not here tonight. Cold Dirt, so with a chance to move up into the top 8 in points. And that is our 9 drivers here tonight. So we're going to jump over here, get some qualifying going, and see who's getting out there on an outlap right now. It looks like everybody's on an outlap. We might have Cooper on a flyer. He's starting his first qualifying lap, so let's see if Cooper can put something on the board. Give everybody a target to shoot for here. Let's get this going here. We'll get some lap going, get some telemetry going for you. All right, we're going to follow Cooper around. He's the first car out on a flying lap. Let's see what he can do here. I think we're looking at like 129s there in practice. So let's see what Cooper can put down here. He's out here on the softs right now. He ran like a 131, I think it was, on the hards in practice. If my memory, I can't speak right now. My memory serves me correctly. All right, we have not covered a race here at Singapore. So down, you see Cooper down there going to this lower section of the track through turns 10, 11, 12, and 13. We have 2 DRS zones here. Actually, 3 DRS zones here at Singapore. Excuse me. We have 4 DRS zones. So we got one here between turns 13 and 14, which is where Cooper's heading up right now. He's making that turn on turn 14 now. Coming down. This is the 4th DRS zone right here right now. Or actually the 3rd. I'm all over the damn place, sorry. But he's going to head up into turn 16. Down through a nice little short straightaway. He's going to make the final turns up through 18 and 19 and on that long front straightaway. Cooper's going to cross the line there with a 128, so a nice lap there from Cooper. Let's see who else we have out here on a lap. It looks like maybe BFD. And BFD is going to take that top spot away from Cooper with a 128.596, knocking Cooper down to second at 127. 28.7. Colder, last week's pole sitter at Coda, coming in 4th. Logical putting himself up into the 2nd row at the 129.4. We got Hype crossing the line at a 133. A little off the pace there for Hype. He's missed a couple of weeks. A little rusty. Speaking of rusty, rusted. up into third with a 128.7. Top four, all real tight in times here. Let's see, we got coming across the line here next. Looks like it might be Murph coming on that last corner. Let's see what Murph can do here. He was fifth in practice. He's going to be fifth right now with a 129.6. Only a second, about 1.1 seconds off the pace. Here we got Affinity now coming off the last corner, coming across for his first lap. Let's see what he can do. Puts himself up into fourth. No practice for Affinity. Affinity was having some challenges just getting hooked up to the game tonight, getting in the race at all, and he's going to come out here good. First lap out and going to put himself up into fourth right now. So our top six all within about a second of each other. And let's see who we got. Rambo coming out. Rambo's also missed a few weeks. It looks a little bit rusty. He's going to come out ninth right now. And that is going to be everybody's first lap. So first lap's out. It's BFD with the P1, a 128.596. That's about a second faster than anything we saw in practice. Cooper and Rusted, your top three. BFD's look poised to get a win this season. He's ran really well, just had some bad luck. Gotten a couple of accidents, got some really bizarre penalties. Got a penalty one night for passing the, said he passed, they told him to pass the safety car. He passed the safety car and then they penalized him for it. So we'll see what happens going forward, see if BFD can find a little luck. And it looks like he may be out here on another flying lap as he goes purple in Sector 1. So BFD pushing once again, 128.59. Let's see if he can improve on that time. And like I said, he went purple in Sector 1. Let's see what he can do here through Sector 2. He's making his way down at that bottom section of the track through turns on 10, 11, 12, and 13. Up on that short little straightaway is one of our DRS zones between 13 and 14. That's also the end of Sector 2. Let's see if he can go purple here as well. Did not see any color there, so... He's looking pretty good right now to improve on his P1 time. So he comes off the last corner and he pulls into the pits. He goes purple. He goes purple in Sector 1, and then pulls into the pits. I don't know if maybe if he'd have seen he was purple, he might have kept pushing. Now we got Cooper out here on another outlap. There is some rumor of possible rain here during the race. It adds a little excitement to it, so we'll see what happens. I need to turn my car sounds up just a little bit there. There we go. All right, right around here with Cooper. High-speed corners down here makes us hard right-hand corner there, turn 13. Back to a hard left there and up that little short straightaway. Pretty fast section through right here, and you got to shut it down hard into 14 right here. And he is going to be full throttle all the way down, pushing hard all the way to 16. Going to be another really hard right-hand corner. Let's see if Cooper can best the time of BFD. Up on the curb, uses all that track, every piece of the track there off of 16. Making the last corner through up to the start-finish line, and does not improve his time on that lap. See if he keeps pushing here. It's hard sometimes to figure out if they're pushing or an out lap or whatever. We're just kind of jumping around back and forth through the cars. Let's see here where we got going here. It looks like got Murph still sitting in the pits. We got Hype out here on the lap. Rusted out on that lap, getting ready to start another one here. See if he can improve from that P3 spot. As he starts another flying lap. Behind him is Hype. Hype looks to be struggling a little bit. He's going to pull down in the pits. They're going to get some new tires on. And we got Cole starting the lap. So we got Regan, we got Rusted, and Cole on flying laps. It looks like Cooper might be on the flying lap. That lap we watched earlier might have been an out lap. But he's going to be the next car across the line, sitting second right now with a 128.74. He is, I'm just guessing, but he's looking to be on pace here. The best BFD. BFD right behind him there. BFD was thinking about he could get up and get a little slipstream from him and get down that front straightaway. Cooper coming off the last corner. Let's see if he improves his time. He doesn't. A 1:31.097. Off the pace here on that second lap out for Cooper. Let's see what we got going on here. We got BFD coming up to start another lap. It looks like Rusted's on a flying lap. Let's see if he can improve on that P3 spot. Rusted's been really hot the last few weeks. Picked up his first win of the season last week. Let's see if he can get himself up onto the pole. He's not had a pole all season. I think his best start, I think he started third or fourth last week. I think that's probably his best start of the season. He comes off the last corner. Let's see what he puts down here. A 1:28.6. He does move up a spot, puts himself on the front row outside of BFD. Knocked Cooper down to third, so Rusted now up into second. Let's see what else we have on a lap. We got, looks like Colder just finished his lap. He's still sitting down there, and he moved up to sixth, it looks like. Knocks Murph down to seventh, Hype eighth, Rambo in ninth. Cooper just go purple in sector two. I bet he's coming into the pits too. He just did a flying lap, didn't he? It looks like Cooper might be on a flying lap here. Let's see what he does. I'm usually wrong. He's usually pulling to the pits, but I'm not thinking about. Here he comes off the last corner. A 1:28.6 takes that second spot back away from Rusted. Top three separated between about 0.12 of a second, or actually less than 1/10 of a second. BFD, Cooper, and Rusted, your top three. BFD on another lap. Let's see what he can do. We also got Colder on another lap in there. BFD's right behind him. He might be getting a little bit of slipstream from him there. Let's see if this helps. This BFD comes off the corner to 1:33.7, so a little off the pace there for BFD. Got 5 minutes left in qualifying. Looks like Murph has still not come out for his second lap. He's sitting down in seventh right now with that 1:29.6. So from first to seventh, just separated by just a little over 1 second. What we got here on a lap. Logical coming off the last corner. Let's see what he does. See if he can improve on that fifth starting spot of a 1:29. Good thing the cars are ghosted right now. I think it must be, is that Infinity all over the back of him or BFD? It looks like BFD all over Logical right there. Probably distracting him a little bit. Let's see if Logical can overcome that. He put a lap down there. It looks like they're both on a flying lap here as they're coming up into turn 14. I was talking about slipstreams and everything earlier. I guess it probably doesn't do any good. The cars are ghosted. All right, Logical and BFD on the pole right now in that P1 spot, and they both put into the pit. So another non-exciting out lap or in lap, cool down lap, whatever you want to call the damn thing for Logical and BFD. All right, Rambo and Hype now. Looks like they're trying to improve on their spot back there in 8th and 9th right now. Both of these drivers have missed a couple of weeks here, trying to get back into the groove. Rambo back here in 9th, Hype in 8th. Hype appears to be kind of cruising right now. I don't know if he's pushing or not, so it looks like he fell back. He might have made a mistake there. Grab a lap. Looks like Murph's coming out for an out lap. Try to get one more lap in. It looks like Cooper might be as well. See him coming out of the pits right now. We'll see what kind of time Rambo can put down here. He's back here in this 9th spot with a 1:32.89. He's not going to improve on it. A 34.47. So Rambo's still back there in 9th. I think that might be the last lap he's going to get in. right around here with Murph here. He's coming up on his out lap, trying to get one more lap in to see if he can take advantage of the track cooling down. A little rubber day down the track. The track usually does improve as qualifying goes on. We've got Murph out on an out lap. We also have, it looks like Cooper. Maybe is that BFD as well as that Affinity? It looks like BFD as well. It looks like everybody's out on the track right now. Looks like Murph is going to be the first one to finish his last lap. Let's see what he can do. See if he can improve on that seventh position right now, the 129.6. Murph is pushing here up into turns 7 and 8. A really hard right-hand corner. I see it looks like Murph is purple through sector 1. Let's see what he can do here through sector 2. He looked pretty good in practice. Let's see if he can stick here with it. Murph's going to be the first one across the line for his last lap of qualifying. Cooper back here also on a lap. Let's see how Cooper does here in sector 1. Cooper goes purple in sector 1. I'm hoping that's what that means. The sector turns purple. I assume that's what it's going to mean there. So Murph now pushing up through sector 2. Didn't see any color there, so he looks to be on a pretty good pace to improve his time. Let's see where he ends up at. Right behind him, Logical on an out lap. We got a minute and a half here left in qualifying. Murph working his way around the last corner. Let's see what he puts down here. He's looking good off the final turn. A 129.06. Puts himself up into 5th, just a half a second off the pole. Good lap there for Murph. And right behind him, Logical's going to start his final lap. We'll jump over to Cooper. Cooper pushing here through sector 3. Coming up to finish his last lap. He's going to go through the last couple sets of corners here. Through this little chicane. Up in the turns 18 and 19 and make that little short run to the finish line. And he comes off a 19, and here he comes with a 128.09, going to take the pole by half a second. Blistering lap from Cooper. Knocks BFD down to second, Rusted to third. Cooper with a great lap there, comes out and just puts down the gauntlet. See who we got going across the line next. It looks like it might be Hype. Let's get BFD's lap here as he comes across the line. BFD improved a little bit, but only a 1/10 of a second. He's still about a little over 3.5, just a little over 3/10 of a second off that pole spot of Cooper. And BFD is going to be on the front row right now, so provisional pole right now is still Cooper. Affinity coming across the line. He improves his time up to third, a 128.49. We're at 2 Hascars second and third right now. Here comes Rustic coming off the final corner. Let's see what he can do. A 128.56 for Rusted. Does not improve on his time. Still stays back there in 4th. Logical with a mistake, so he is going to finish his lap, and he's going to be back there in 6th. So this looks to be the end of qualifying. We got Cooper P1, BFD outside the front row in P2. Affinity and Rusted occupying the second row. Murph and Logical have been going back and forth all season long, just in that third row. Cold Dirt 7th, Hype and Rambo 8th and 9th. So that's going to be our starting positions here for week number 11 here at Singapore for the League of Misfits. 16-round season. We're on round number 11 here at Singapore. Last week's winner at Coda was Rusted. He is going to start in 4th. The 2 Hascars, Affinity and Big D BFD, looking good. They both were running back and forth last night. Had a chance at the win. Had a chance at podium finishes last week at Coda. Both ended up with some penalties, making some mistakes, and ended up in the back. Let's see what they can do here to Singapore. Got 4 DRS zones. We should see lots of passing. So while they're getting set up, we're going to finish getting our finish getting our stream set up here. Jump over to the studio so you can see my smiling face. In the meantime, we're going to get this going here. Let's see. All right. So this is what it's going to look like once we get going. We'll have our main feed over here. We're going to take this off once it gets to get in the lobby so we don't see any strategies going on here. But we'll have feeds from Nova, Logical in the center there, and Hype down here at the bottom. We'll take that off. We don't want to give away any strategies to anybody. All right. So Cooper starting P1 to see if he can take his 4th win of the season. Like I said earlier, if he looked really good to take the win at Coda last week. Made a mistake off of turn 12 halfway through the last lap. Spun out. Nova came home with his 1st win of the season with Logical in 2nd, but Cooper still holds on to the point lead. That's a pretty nice picture. So here we are. We're going to go to this picture right here because this is right here. A nice shot of Singapore here at night. Night race here. That's a good looking shot. Fun track. Should be pretty racy. We're hoping for it. So we're getting guys lined up, they're getting all their strategies set up. I can hear some guys talking in my ear. All right, so your top 3 starting here tonight is going to be Cooper, BFD, and Infinity. Murph and Logical 4th and 5th. Let's get this race started here in just a minute. As we look down pit row, still waiting for everybody to get their. Kind of hear them strategizing in another ear. Appreciate you being here. Round number 11 for League of Misfits here at Singapore. Appreciate you being here, Beach, supporting the stream. We've been doing these F1 races here for a little while now. Just have a ton of fun with them. You can get back and do some woo every once in a while, but we've also been joined up with Sim Racing Media. Been doing some truck races over there. We're doing a truck race tomorrow night at Phoenix for Western States Racing League, and then we have another truck race at Phoenix on Wednesday night for the Gunners League. So that's going to be fun. We've been having fun with that. Appreciate them letting us join the team over there. So we got a lot of debate going on what we're going to strategize. Guys getting their stuff set. A couple technical issues trying to get guys into the race. I didn't even see how many laps this is going to be. A minute 30-second, probably. I'm guessing maybe 55 lap race. We'll see when they load in here. All right, here we go. Getting ready to start up. Let's see if we got a few guys here that haven't collected a win. Logical won quite a few races here in the League of Misfits, but no wins yet this season. Murph, the league champion back in season 1, has also not picked up any wins this season. Let's see if one of those guys can find their way to the front. We sit on the grid getting ready for everybody to start. Looks like we're waiting for one driver left to connect here. 8 drivers, and here we go. We got 5 lights. And we are lights out at Singapore. I know the weather looks good. Good start from Cooper. He is going to jump out front, going down to turn 1, but you can see Affinity and BFD all over him. Affinity with a good run, so when they get started up here, the cars have no contact, so it's kind of easy to drive through people if you can find a line. It's Cooper, BFD, Affinity, Rusted making his way to 4th, last week's winner. Murph getting around Logical. We are all over top of each other here, so hopefully they get this sorted out before this lap is over with. All right, let's get track map up here so I can tell where we are. All right, we're looking at Cooper out in front. BFD, Affinity, Nova, Logical, Colder. Murph's falling back to 7th here on the start, as he's trying to find his way back around Cole. Cole with a good start, moving up a couple of spots. Oh, got one of the cars around, one of the Mercedes around. It looks like that might have been Murph around off of turn number 13. I didn't see, it doesn't look like he's got any wing damage. It looks like he doesn't have any damage. I think he's going to continue on. See if he falls back about 4 seconds off the back of the pack. Let's see if it changes the strategy. Back up here to the front, though, and Rusted has made his way to second. Last week's winner at Coda has now made his way up to second. As we finish lap 1, it's Cooper, Rusted, BFD, Affinity, your top 4. Logical sitting there in 5th. Colder and the other Mercedes back there in 6th. Right now, top 6 all within half a second of each other for the most part. 3 seconds back to Hype. Rambo in 8th. Murph back there in 9th right now, trying to work his way back up to the field. 31 laps. We got 31 laps here at Singapore. Good battles all throughout the field here. We look right here. We look at the 2 Mercedes, the Colder and Logical. Logical's been the faster of the 2 Mercedes. The Colder's stepped up the last couple of weeks, and he is putting pressure all over his teammate right now as Logical locks up down there. And as I say that, Colder locks up, goes wide off the corner. So he's going to lose some ground to the back of his teammate. Looking up here to the front, though, too. We got a great fight right here for 3rd, 4th, and 5th with BFD, Affinity, and Logical. BFD sitting in that 3rd spot. He's lost over a second and a half to Rusty in that 2nd spot. Another little lockup. We got a caution in Sector 2. Looks like it's all freed up now. Murph's made his way past Hype up into that 8th spot. As we look at this battle here for 3rd and 4th, BFD and Affinity and Logical right there with him. Colder only about 7/10 of a second back as well. And Rusted puts down the fastest lap of the race right now. As we're looking at this battle here for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. It's the best battle we got on the track right now. We look up and Logical, looking at the back of those 2 Haas cars as they're getting side by side in front of him, so he didn't really have anywhere to go. Then he takes that corner wide right there, tries to cut back up underneath BFD, and he's going to get a run. Going to get a run up here into turn number 7. Affinity going to work up into that 3rd spot. Logical looks to follow him through right there. Oh, actually, Logical in the back of BFD just a little bit. Another contact right there, so Logical backs off. Lets BFD get straightened out. Colder back here in 6th still. Looking up to this fight in front of him between Logical and BFD. Murph now works his way back up to 7th. Look up here to the front here. Russell with a little mistake right there. He was half a second back. He makes a mistake. He falls back a second off the pace of Cooper. We've got a caution back in Sector 2. It looks like the Haas of BFD goes around. Sounds like Logical might have gotten the back of him. Logical taking the blame for getting in the back of BFD, turns him around. And BFD is backing up, or excuse me, Logical backed up and let the whole field go by him, including BFD. So we're looking at BFD. I don't see, looks like the end plate's gone off the left side of the front wing. He may have to come in and pit early and get that wing fixed. Get back up to the front. That separated out the field quite a bit. Murph, after that early spin, worked his way back up into 5th, only 4/10 of a second back from Cole. Let's see if he can find a way around Colder, get up in that top 4. Nice recovery there from Murph after that early spin on lap number 1. Look up here to the front again, and it's Cooper just cruising right now. 1.6 second gap back to Rusted in that 2nd spot. Affinity over 2.5 seconds back from Rusted, so the field is really separated out here. Only 4 laps into this race. Colder at 8.5 seconds back, but you can see right behind Cole is Murph. lurking in that fourth spot, in that fifth spot, trying to get fourth away from Cole. And right behind them is Rambo back in sixth. Murph looking to make a good run here. See if he can make his way back up to the front. Change a little pit strategy, maybe make up some ground somewhere. We get back here to Logical. We missed it, but we must have missed it, but I think Logical might have gotten the back of BFD, turned them around. And Logical backed up, let everybody go by, let BFD go by. But BFD with that left front wing damage, he is going to have to pit. That's the best fight we got on the track right here. Might be this battle for fourth and fifth with Cole and Murph. Murph's lost just a little bit of ground. He was within about a half a second. He's back to about 7/10. Where are we at on the track here? We are going up into turn one. You see how big advantage at DRS is that really Murph gained about 4/10 of a second getting up into the corner there. And we're about ready to come off of turn 6 into the second DRS. So let's see what he can do here. See if he can run Cole down and get up into that fourth spot. You can see him making up some ground. He's only about 4/10 back now, 3/10 back. Let's see if he takes a late lunge here. He is going to settle back behind and wait to fight for another day. Logical back by Rambo. Rambo kind of pulled over and let him go, it sounded like. Hype back here in 8th. BFD just coming out of the pit after fixing that wing. He is way back, and he is going to hope for a safety car. He had a good run. Was hoping for a good run here. A little early race contact has put him way out in the back. Let's see if he can make up some ground. Most positions are about 2 seconds away from each other right now. Hey, might need a safety car to make this a little more exciting here. We might have to make stuff up as we go along. We're going to look back here at Murph. Murph back 0.8 of a second on Cole. We come up on that front straightaway. Get that DRS open, get that wing open, and see if he can make up some ground. They come in the last couple of final corners. In the meantime, Logical's starting to work back up onto the back of this fight for fourth. And it looks like Murph might have been over a second behind as they hit that detection zone. Didn't look like he had the advantage of it down that front straightaway. Let's see what he can do here as they come into turn number 5. Like he's back within 0.8 of a second. Let's see what he can do, see if he can make a run here. Going through 6 and 7. Really kind of soft right-hand corner up into 7. He is all over the back of Cole. And they're actually now starting to put a little separation on Logical. Logical closed in with about a little over 2 seconds. Looks like they put about a second on him. The Logical falling back there in 6th right now. Just Cooper out here dominating this. Just like he did. He dominated quite a bit at Coda last week as well. Couple safety cars here and there, kind of close the field up. With that, and we had that long stint on the last of that race where everybody kind of used their tires up. Rusted trying to Rusted actually gained a little ground here. He gained about 1.5 tenths. He's back within DRS range. If he can stay here through the dissection zone, maybe he can. Oh, and is Cooper going to peel off into the pits? Cooper going to try to undercut the rest of the field, or he comes into the pits. Let's see if anybody else does as well. Murph's kind of been stuck back here in that dirty air behind Cole. Maybe see if Murph peels off and see if he's going to stay out on the track. And Cole with a mistake off the final corner. And that is going to let Murph get by him there. Murph up into the podium spot right now. Coldrick trying to come back. We've seen Cole do this quite a bit where maybe he makes a little bit of a mistake and then just tries to fight back, try to get that spot back away from Murph. He's back within about a half a second. Let's see if he tries to do anything crazy here. As they come up into turn number 7 down this DRS. He's looking to the inside, but I don't think he has enough, and he's going to settle back there in that 4 spot. Logical still about 3 seconds back of this fight. And let's see where Cooper came back out in 8th. I don't think he's going to have any struggle with Hype and Ram, but he kind of found himself a nice little spot right there. Come in and got the new set of tires on. Did he go to hards? It looks like he did go to a set of hards. I don't know if we're going to see. I don't know if we're going to see a 1-stop or a 2-stop. I didn't talk to anybody I don't see him going 24 laps on this set of hards after only going 7 on the medium. So, but he found a nice little spot to come in and pit. He kind of put himself there between BFD and Hype. Some nice clean air to try to make some laps up. Going to put some time down. I think. Let's see how many laps these other guys are going to go on these set of tires. Cooper pitting early. He's going to have a good advantage here once these guys do start pitting. The only thing going to really hurt him right now pitting so early is if a safety car comes out. But so far it looks like everybody's been pretty clean. So Rusted's out there in front. Infinity is actually making up some ground here on Rusted. Infinity with no practice. He may want to go from the every rest of the weeks with no practice as well. He's running really well. He qualified well after not having any practice. And he has find himself right here in second, only about a little over a second and a half back of Rusted. Everybody pretty much singled out here. Nobody really fighting anywhere. Logical trying to work back up to the back of his teammate and take that 4 spot away from Cole. Rambo back here in 6th after taking a couple weeks off. Hype, Hype back there in 7th. You can see back there lurking in the shadows is Cooper. Coming up on the back of Hype. He's 1 second back. Hype on those old tires. Let's see what we're on here. Hype on that old set of mediums. Our 2 leaders on hards. So I think they're going to stretch those out for a little while. All right, so here's our closest race we have on the track right now, and it's Cooper. After taking that early pit spot, leading the first 7 laps of the race, coming in and taking on a new set of tires. He's now caught up to the back of Hype for 7th. He needs to get by him quickly here. Let's see if Hype can play a little bit of defense here for his teammate up in front of him. I don't think he's going to have much of a chance as they come off this final corner, but if he can keep Cooper back there just a little bit, and as I say that, Cooper's just going to drive right by. Cooper, it looked like he had a good line on the inside, and he doesn't. And Cooper falls back behind Hype, so Hype doing a good job defense right now, holding Cooper back. That's going to help the guys up in front, especially his teammate Murph sitting up there in 3rd. Let's see if Cooper can find a way here. He looks to the outside. And he's going to make a pass on the outside of 6 right there, up into 7. Oh, and Hype around. Oh, nice save there from Hype. He was drifting that Ferrari around turn 7. Nice save right there. That's some. I ran a lot of dirt track racing with Hype, and he used his dirt tracking skills right there in that Ferrari. He saved that car. He was completely sideways. Wish I could go back and replay that. All right, we jump back up to the front, and Rusted still out in front. We give him a little bit of screen time. Affinity right behind him. Affinity's kind of been poking around about that 1.5 second area. He's closing in about 1.2. And as I said, he falls back just a little bit more. And we got a caution. We got a caution for somebody. Who was it? It looks like it might be Rambo around. He's going to get going. No safety car. Is the track getting wet? I see. It looked like BFD slipped right there too. It is starting to drizzle a little bit. There is a little bit of rain coming down. Let's Is that what I'm seeing? 'Cause yeah, you can see the raindrops on the screen. You know, I have the whole time. I set this all up for you earlier, and I haven't even pulled it up. Third of the way through the race, I forgot about it. I set up all the screens for you so you could have the 3 views. All right, so we do see a little bit of rain falling. It looks like it's mostly on this upper section of the track. Let's see who comes. If we saw Hype get sideways, we saw Rambo go around, we saw BFD just about lose it into the fence. And lap times are definitely falling. You can see everybody kind of tiptoeing around here. It's not a lot of rain, but it looks like it's definitely enough to cause some problems. You can see Affinity, they're kind of slipping off the corner. If it rains enough to go to intermediates, I don't know. That early pit stop from Cooper's not going to benefit him, because everybody's going to have to come back in, including himself. So let's see what happens here. If this rain keeps coming down, oh, you can see everybody struggling. We got a safety car again, and it looks like Rambo is out. Rambo's out of the race. We've got a caution through sectors 2 and 3. I don't see any safety. And we've also got, it looks like a caution there in sector 1. Not sure who that was. So we're back to green. Sounds like Rambo lost it, got into the wall, and got out before the safety car. This race is getting ready to get interesting. Rusted out in front, looking for his second career F1 win. Affinity second, Murph about 15 seconds back in third. Just kind of tiptoeing around. You can see how treacherous it is getting out there. Let's see who's going to be the first one to jump in and put on inners. I see somebody making a mistake, getting into the wall, bringing out a safety car. Hopefully it doesn't happen. It looks like there's Hype. Hype getting loose right there, hitting the wall. The track is getting slick. Got a couple teams out here. Maybe Hype might peel in and put on some inners. Come out, make a lap, and see how he's running. Give Murph a little bit of data. We might see Cole do the same thing for Logical. Maybe BFD for Affinity, but the rain is not easing up. As a matter of fact, it's getting harder. You can see it on the screen right there. Somebody's got to come in and put on inners. And here we go. We got Affinity diving into the pits. Let's see if he goes to another set of slicks, or he is going to be the first one to put inners on. Let's see what he does here. It looks like we've got intermediate tires going on to Affinity, the first car in with it. And we've got another caution in sector 3. It looks like it might be BFD. Doesn't look like he's got any damage. The nose wing looks good. Shake up in the front right now. Rusted into the fence. DRS is no more DRS. They disabled DRS. It looks like we got some wing damage there on Rusted. His left front end plate is gone. It visibly looks like it's gone to us. He says it's not, but it sure looks like it is for us. And you can see he is slipping all over the place. We got Cooper, BFD, Hype, all on the pits, putting inners on. Murph still out on the track. Logical still out on the track. Rusted as well. Let's see if these guys they've got to pull in. Everybody's going to intermediate tires here. Hopefully they can make it around to the pits. We'll see what Murph does here, sitting in that second position. He is tiptoeing around, just trying to get back to the pit area and get a different set of tires on. Rusted doing the same thing. I think this is the way this is going to shake out here. Once we see Rusted and Murph dive into the pits right there, that's going to give Affinity the lead. And he is the first car on inners. We can see Affinity won earlier in the season. I think it was Bahrain, but it's been a while. Rain doesn't look that hard on our screen, but you can definitely see the drivers out there on slicks are struggling. Rusted into the pits. Murph dives down into the pits. Affinity out to the point. Affinity out in front. Logical still. I think Logical might be the only car on the track on hards or still on slicks. Not colder as both the Mercedes. So here comes Logical into the pits. He is going to go to inners. I'm sure we'll see Cole doing the same thing as he makes his way around. Cole struggling to make it around here for this last lap. He fell back to 8th. Murph comes out of pits with a new set of inners on. Sitting in third, Cooper 7 seconds back. And it looks like Logical had a little error in the pits. He put hards back on. Logical going to be out of this race. He is going to have to come in and get those tires off if he can even make it around another lap. Affinity got to coming in and getting those inners on just a lap sooner than Rusted, and Murph puts 13-second gap on Rusted. It's 14 seconds back to Murph. Cooper 6 seconds back of Murph in that 4th spot. Rain's starting to get a little bit harder. You can see it kind of raining sideways on my screen anyway. Logical, pretty much out of this race right now. Had a little bit of error there in the pits, and he went. Colder still trying to. Did Cole just make another lap? He didn't even come in. All right, we got the 2 Mercedes both struggling here. As you can see, the rain getting harder and harder. That is going to take both of them out of the running here for any kind of a good finish. And Colder, it looks like he is out of this race. I don't know why he didn't come in and get inners when he went by the pits half a lap ago, but he is now out. Got a caution there in Sector 1. Colder with a DNF. Let's see what happens. No safety car. Rusted back into the pits. Rusted back into the pits. I didn't see what happened. Did he have the same tire issue that Logical did? So Rusted going to full wet, so he's off the inners, and he came back in and put on full wets. We are not even halfway through this race. Affinity out in front. 29 seconds over Murph. Murph had a lap 1 spin, fell all the way back to 9th, has now worked his way back up to 2nd with a little bit of luck and a little bit of crashing from some other people, and this rain's definitely helping him out. Cooper back there about 5 seconds back, so Affinity with a 30-second lead. He is way out in front. 17 laps left to go. We're looking up at Logical screen. You can see his screen over in the right-hand side there in the center. That's Logical. Finally made his way into the pits, get some intermediates on to get off those slick tires. But he is almost a full lap behind. Affinity is actually right behind him. Getting ready. So Logical, full lap behind right now after that pit error. Murph sitting in 2nd. Cooper there in 3rd. Not made up any ground there on the top 2. 5.5 seconds back. Rusted looked to be poised to get his 2nd win. He is now about 45. Actually, if my math is correct, he's about 50 seconds off the lead. This is Affinity's race to lose as long as it doesn't rain any harder. Rusted's the only one on the track on full wets. I don't know if there's enough rain out there for that. We'll see. You need a lot of rain on those full wets to keep them from burning up. So let's see how that works out for Rusted. He doesn't appear to be gaining any ground on the cars in front of him. Matter of fact, he's losing a little bit. Let's see if BFD here can make up any ground on Rusted for that 4th and 5th spot. All right, maybe have one more retiree from the race. Started with 9. We might be down to 6 here in just a moment. It sounds like Logical's having a little problem with that other Mercedes. We got 1 Mercedes out of the race. Affinity actually stretching his lead out just a little bit. He's put about over the last few laps, he's put about his 2nd on Murph. Let's see if Murph can make up any ground. So right now, Affinity's race to lose as long as he doesn't make any mistakes with a 30-second lead. 15 laps left to go. We're just a little past halfway through now. And the top 3, top 4 kind of holding about the same distance away from each other. We're going to see if I can somehow make this exciting when there's no excitement to be had at the moment. We'll go back here to BFD. BFD trying to close up on the back of Rusted. You can see the rain coming down on our screen right there. BFD trying to make up some ground on that 4 spot. BFD was up in the top 4 early on in this race. Little contact with Logical sent him to the back with some wing damage, but he's working his way back up here. Back up into a top 5 finish. Might even get to a top 4. Height back there in 6 right now. Top 3 holding ground right here. Affinity out in front. You can see the spray getting a little bit heavier. A little bit of moisture on the track. Let's see if those full wets from Rusted come into play, but as they have not yet. As a matter of fact, he is losing ground. He has lost over a second and a half over the last couple of laps to the cars in front of him, and BFD is starting to run him down. Not sure why he came in for that second stop when he did, but decided to go to the wet tires. It doesn't look to be paying off right now. Affinity with a 32 seconds, by far the biggest lead we've seen since we've been covering League of Misfits. Last week, the top 5 for a while were like all within about a second and a half of each other. But the way this has worked out with some contact here and there, guys falling back through the field, weather changing, extra pit stops. Affinity looking to get his second win. Murph 32 seconds back right now. Just kind of hoping maybe Affinity makes a mistake and Murph can get his first win of season 3 here at League of Misfits. We're back to Cooper. Cooper's actually making up a little bit of ground on Murph in that second spot. Top 3 all on inners. We go back to Rusted here. He is on full wets, and he has BFD all over the back of him. Let's see if we hoping maybe the game would show if the tires are green or not, but I guess it's not that detailed. So Rusted sitting there in 4th. BFD half a second back. He is all over. We have no DRS enabled right now with the wet track conditions. So BFD is going to have to find a way around without the DRS advantage. And I'm looking up at Logical, and it's telling him to cede the position. I'm not sure who he's going to cede the position to since he is in 7th. Unless it's it's Affinity getting ready to put a lap on him. I was trying to figure out why it was telling him to cede the position. We'll go back up here to BFD. I don't think Logical's gonna give Affinity any issues. So we'll go up here to BFD, trying to find his way. This is our only race on the track right now for position. BFD trying to get up into 4th around Rusted. Nice cut right there. The rain is coming down hard. Let's see if these inners hold up throughout the race. Rusted went to those full wets, but it doesn't look like it's paid off for him. And as a matter of fact, they're probably wore out. So even if it does keep raining this hard, those full wets may be gone before they really come into play. We still have 13 laps left to go. Stressful conditions here at Singapore. And you can see BFD making a mistake there off the corner and loses ground to Rusted. We're watching that battle for 2nd and 3rd up there, just kind of watching the split times as we keep our eyes on this battle for 4th and 5th with Rusted and BFD. But Cooper now making up a little ground on Murph for that 2nd spot. He's now just a little under 3 seconds back. Murph losing a little ground to Affinity now, about 35 seconds away, but 13 laps left to go. Unless one of those guys make a mistake or somebody does something crazy back here in the back, that looks like our podium is just going to be a matter of what positions they're in. As Cooper now just a little over a second back, making up some ground for that 2nd spot. We'll jump up here and take a look at this, but keep an eye on that fight with BFD as well. And you can see the rain coming down there from Cooper's view. Looks like I lost somebody's feed here. Looks like we lost Rusted, so we got Logical and Hype still. Get rid of Rusted off the screen here. I don't know why I did that, but that's all right. In the meantime, as I was goofing around with that, Cooper made his way around Murph for 2nd. So I'm sure you saw that while I was talking about something else, but Cooper now up to 2nd, Murph back to 3rd. 20 seconds, almost 20 seconds back to Rusted. Affinity now 37, over 37.5 second gap back to Cooper. Infinity's been following Logical around here for about the last 3 or 4 laps. Trying to put a lap on him. Logical's holding the same pace and actually getting away from him just a little bit. So, all right, Cooper's got 12 laps here to see if he can run down Affinity. 37 seconds back. Murph sitting in third. Looking poised. I keep saying the wrong words. Looks poised for a podium position. There we go. Rusted back there in fourth. And BFD been trying to find a way around Rusted here for a couple laps. He's all over the back of him right now here in the rain at Singapore. Rusted losing the back of the car just a little bit, getting a little wiggly, as they say. We look here at Logical. Logical's actually getting away from Infinity a little bit. But I'm looking up at his screen and it's still telling him to cede the position. We get back up to this fight for second and third. It looked like Cooper had started to pull away from Murph a little bit, but Murph's working his way back up on the back of him as the rain is coming down harder and harder. We got a fight developing here right now for second and third, also back there fourth and fifth. Murph trying to work his way back up there, see if he can find a way around. Cooper gets away just a little bit. Starts to get a little separation. Almost a full second away. Now he's going to see if he can run down Cooper again, but 38 seconds behind with 11 laps. Cooper's ran some really good laps here, but I don't think he has a chance to make that up unless Affinity really makes a mistake. BFD still here, trying to find a way around Nova. Trying to find his way to that fourth spot. Affinity, Cooper, and Murphy, your top three. That's your podium right now. Haas, McLaren, and Ferrari. Cooper's been carrying that McLaren flag all alone all season long, and he's got him at the top of the Constructors' Championship by himself for the most part. I don't even know who his teammate was. I don't even remember now. All right, here's our best fight on the track right now. BFD, and the rain is really coming down. 11 laps left to go. I don't know if these tires are going to make it to the end or not. They're going to have to go to a full wet. We've got a caution in Sector 3, and it's Logical. Logical has quit. So we've got two Mercedes now. Both the Mercedes are out of the race. Logical into the pits. DNF. Alright, we're down to one live feed over here. And it's Hype. So Hype back there. We're going to go back to the main feed, go full screen here. We're looking at Hype's view. Go back to BFD, trying to find his way up around Rusted. BFD, we got a lot of chatter in our ear. So the race still going on. So let's see, BFD trying to find a way around Nova. Half a second back here. This is our best fight on the track right now, up towards the front. Cooper not making up any ground on Infinity. We're watching that split time. He's still 30 seconds back. Infinity looking really good here to get win number 2 of the season. Cooper second, Murph in third, Nova fourth, BFD and Hype. Only 6 cars left on the track. The other 3 cars either quit or crashed. All right, let's turn this off right here. BFD all over the back of Rusted. Going to in-car here with BFD. You can see Rusted loses the back of the car just a little bit as they come off the corner. BFD chasing Rusted down. Rusted, they're both on different tires here. Rusted on full wets have got to be given away by now. BFD on the inners. And as I say, those tires are given away. I've been wrong about tires for like the last 3 or 4 weeks, so. BFD looking for a way, and Rusted completely sideways. Oh, BFD gets in the back of him just a little bit. And he backs off and lets Rusted get straightened out. Good fight here for 4th. Rain is pouring down. Just pouring down here at Singapore. Affinity has got a pit stop lead over Cooper. But he does not appear to be struggling. The Cooper's gained maybe half a second on him. Since he, oh! I thought Russell might have slid into the wall right there. BFD looking for a way around Nova. Nova is fighting those full wets, just trying to hang on to the car, hang on to that 4th place spot after winning last week at Coda. BFD looking for a way around. Back to the in-car view with BFD. He clips the inside wall just a little bit. Oh, and Nova's struggling as well. So I think this 4th place is going to come down to who doesn't screw up at this point. A lot of spray coming off the car. Don't really see much of the spray from the in-car BFD. It looks like the top 3 spots are pretty much settled right now, as long as nobody makes a mistake. Affinity, Cooper, and Murph 16 seconds back to this fight for 4th. And Hype about 12 seconds back in that 6th spot. Good showing for Hype, showing up here after not running a couple of weeks. Looks like he's going to do everything he can to try to finish this race. Fight through the struggles, fight through the rain. Get some laps down, get some more practice in. If BFD can find a way around Nova. They're both, you can see both these drivers just struggling off the corner. This is our fight right now. We're not gonna, sorry, Affinity, you're not getting much screen time, buddy. You're just kind of so far out in front, there's no reason to look at you, so we'll get you some screen time in the last lap if you stay there. We're going to stay on this fight right here for 4th and 5th. I think something's going to develop here before it's over with. See Nova sideways there again. Nova also ran a lot of dirt track races, as we talked about with Hype earlier, so Rusted really good at saving the car when it gets sideways. You can see him kind of dirt tracking into the corner right there as well. And we've got a caution in Sector 2, and it looks like it might be Cooper. Cooper struggling. I don't know if he hit the wall or what happened there, but it looks like he might have turned around. Murph now back within a second of Cooper for that 2nd spot. I am going to be shocked if we get through this race without any kind of safety car with the way this rain's coming down. But now Cooper 43 seconds back of your leader, Affinity. Murph still sitting there in 3rd. Cooper with a big mistake. Murph almost got by him there for 2nd, but Cooper starting to separate just a little bit again there once he got going. So we'll go back to this spot for 4th and 5th. Let's see here. I kind of lost Rusted's stream earlier. Let's see if I can see. Yeah, we actually got Rusted's screen up right now, and he's showing tire wear for us, which is really nice. That left front tire down to 16%. His front tires are just about gone. He is hanging on for everything here right now. We're going to pull that up for you here real quick so we can show you. Let's see here. There you go. You can see Rusted's view. There's a view from Rusty. You can see that tire condition. Tires are wearing thin. Jump back over to the main screen. And BFD all over the back of him. Russ is struggling again. BFD takes a look to the inside. Not enough to. Oh, he's got a good run here. good run down here through turns 9 and 10, but have to fall right back behind him. BFD all over the back of Rusted. Good race here for 4th and 5th. The best race we have on the track. Looking up the split time. Murph gained a little ground back up on Cooper. He's about a second back. We'll keep an eye on that. See if we need to jump over to that before it's over with. But with 25 laps down, 6 to go. Both these drivers sliding sideways off the corners. Affinity way out in front. Again, Murph has worked his way back up to the back of Cooper. Oh, I heard somebody say, oh. I didn't see what that was. All right, so BFD still looking on the back of Rusted. Starting to sound like a broken record here. If Rusted can hang on to this 4th spot with all this pressure BFD's put on him, it's going to be like a podium finish for Rusted. Rusted doing a really good job on those wet tires. Took a chance that nobody else did earlier. It looks like rain has not eased up. As a matter of fact, it's got a little bit harder. Two-tenths of a second back. BFD looking to the inside, but not enough. He settles back in behind Rusted for that 4th spot. We're going through 9 and 10 right now. BFD with a little bit of slipstream here. Let's see if he can take a look to the inside. He's going to have to settle in the back again here. Not able to make up any space. I think he's just hoping to keep enough pressure on Rusted. Rusted will make a mistake, but so far Rusted's been pretty unshaken. As a matter of fact, BFD with a mistake right there. Loses a little bit of ground, but fortunately Rusted gets loose right there in front of him. They fall back about a half a second here. We're going to try to make this 4th and 5th place battle the most exciting 4th and 5th place battle you've ever seen. BFD is running up on the back of Nova. Nova, last week's winner at Coda. I thought BFD was going to cut that chicane right there, but well, we got some gamesmanship going on in our ear. BFD's kind of coaxing Nova, say, hey, why don't you let me pass here? Hope hype's closing in from that 12-second gap. Good shot here from Murph. Murph looking up at Cooper. He's hung on the back of him here really well once Cooper got around that 2nd spot. One more mistake from Cooper, and I think Murph's going to take that 2nd place away. Here, we'll give Affinity a little bit of screen time here. Here you go, Affinity. Out in front, 44 seconds away. About a half a second out, or half a track out in front of the 2nd and 3rd place car. All right, prediction BFD. Who's here in the? Where's my dang mouse at? All right, who we got? We got 2 viewers. So BFD, my prediction, BFD is going to find a way around the last lap. He's doing a really good job not pushing him around, not making any contact. You can see he is tucked up way up underneath the back of Nova. Oh, a little bit of contact right there. The BFD backs off once again. I don't know, I don't know how much of really contact we're seeing, if it's net code or whatever, but this is our fight on the track right here for 4th place. BFD doing everything he can to find a way around Nova. Actually, this 5th place finish would be a pretty good finisher for BFD after the bad luck he's had the last few weeks. I think he'd probably be happy with this 5th place run, to be honest. BFD all over the gearbox now of Nova. He has been stuck here for at least the last 8 or 9 laps. And he's going to take a look to the inside. Nova gets sideways, getting in the corner. Not able to get a run. It looks like BFD might have broke the tires loose at the same time. I think BFD is going to have to try to set him up for an undercut here if he can, or not really called an undercut, but if he can get wide into a corner instead of being tucked up underneath the back of Nova, if he can kind of get wide on a corner, let Nova kind of push out and dive off the bottom of one of these slower corners. We'll see if he can find a way to do that with 3 laps left to go. Nova is just sideways everywhere. Hype has made up about 2.5 seconds on this battle for 4th and 5th. These guys, Nova is backing BFD up to Hype for that 6th spot. 3 laps left to go. BFD's got to find a way around. Your top 3 are settled in right now. Affinity, Cooper, and Murph. Your top 3 right now. 19 seconds back to Rusted in this battle for 4th between Rusted and BFD. Oh, both a little sideways off the final corner. Nova losing some ground here. BFD with a look to the inside. Nothing doing. Fourth and 5th place right now. BFD looking for a way around. We had 9 cars start. We're down to 6. Hype is once again cut a second into his fight here. Affinity way out in front, just trying to put some laps down, just kind of out there on a Sunday drive now. 42 seconds almost. Back to Cooper in 2nd. Murph in 3rd, Rusted 4th. That's our only battle on the track right now. Is actually Rusted put a little gap on him. Let's see, it looks like the rain might have slowed down a little bit. I don't think the track's as wet as it was earlier, but it is still raining. And BFD's just got to find the right spot. Where are we at right there? That's turn. What turn? That's turn 13. I think my strategy would be, if I was sitting in BFD's seat right now, if he swung a little bit of wide getting into 13, and when Rusted slips coming off and dive underneath him, there's a lot of chatter on this in this damn race. Man, this Discord's loud. BFD looking up underneath that. No more contact once again. Hype is now within 5.5 seconds. Hype gained almost 4 seconds on that last lap. I think we might see Hype in this battle here. BFD cannot find a way around Nova. BFD's got to find a way around here. He's got to set him up. He's been stuck back here behind Nova. Nova really sideways right there. BFD's just doing everything he can to keep off the back and keep running him over. Oh, we got a puncture. Nova with a right rear puncture. Those wets did not hold up. Hype with a right rear puncture goes around. And it looks like he's going to try to limp back to the pit area. No safety car. BFD is finally released. Hype is... And Nova goes around again. Let's see if he can make it back to the pit area without a safety car. Rusted back here in 6th now. Trying to limp his way around. Back to the pits. That was a great fight going on there with BFD and Nova. Those full wets did not hold up. That right rear gave way with about 2 laps left to go. And then Nova is out of this race. Last week's winner at Coda now. Gonna come home in... It looks like the best he's gonna do is come home in 6th. It looks like... what else we got going here? It looks like Rusted around once again. Let's keep him get going. Why does I say that? Okay. See if we can avoid the safety car. If he can make his way back to the pits. He's still got about half a track left to go to get there. In the meantime, Cooper's made up about 5 seconds on Affinity for that top spot. Affinity 30 seconds back to Cooper. Murph about 8 seconds to Cooper. Or yeah, 8 seconds there back. 8 seconds back to Cooper there in third. BFD has made his way to fourth after Rusted after he finally found a way around Nova, but it took Nova losing a tire. Hype, great run here, is going to bring this thing home in fifth if he can stay here on his last lap. As we're going to the last lap here, we got Affinity now. Do the last set of corners here, excuse me, through turns 3, 4, and 5 here on his last lap with a 30 seconds lead over Cooper. Affinity, Cooper, and Murphy are podium positions right now. BFD, Hype in fifth. That's a great run for Hype. Hype should be driver of the day if it was up to me. Take a couple of weeks off, hasn't been here, and he's going to stay here and finish this race. Cooper 35 seconds back. I think Affinity's just kind of backed off last lap here. He just doesn't want to make any mistakes. The track's pretty treacherous. He's just trying to find his way to the finish line. Affinity, Cooper, and Murphy are top three. We got no exciting races on the track other than just these guys just trying to finish on these in these wet conditions. It looks like the rain actually finally stopped, but oh, Affinity almost goes around. That wall saved him from spinning out. Affinity almost spun it out. Cooper now 34 seconds back. And Affinity now coming around turn 14. Let's see if he can finish this race. We look back here to Murphy, got another car around. I'm not sure who it was. We had a quick caution there, but Affinity now working his way around the last few corners to pick up his second win of the season here. Coming through 16 and 17, he's got 2 more corners to make. And it's a short run from the last corner, from turn 19 up to the finish line. And he gets sideways coming off the last quarter, and he spins across the line. Affinity going to take the win backwards across the finish line. Cooper there in second. Cooper still got a few corners left to go. He was 33 seconds back when Affinity finished the race. And Cooper now through the last few sets of corners here as well. Coming around through turns 18 and 19 now. Around the last corner for Cooper. Cooper going to come home in second, your early race leader. That rain came at a horrible time for him. He already came in and pitted. Here we are back to Murph sitting there in third. Murph going to come home with a podium after a spin on lap 1. Put him all the way back to 9th. Makes his way back to 3rd. Go back here to BFD. Going to try to find his way home in 4th. Good run for BFD. One of his better runs in the last couple of weeks after. Hey, look, BFD got through a race with no penalties. BFD going to come home in 4th with no penalties this time. So BFD coming off the last corner. He's going to come home in 4th. My driver of the race right here is Hype. Hype in the second Ferrari is going to come home in 5th. That's just a great finish for Hype to stay here and finish this race out. And it's going to be Murph with driver of the day. Coming home in 3rd. So here is going to be our results. On the top of the podium, it's going to be Affinity with his second win of the season. Cooper second, Murph 3rd. BFD coming home in 4th, Hype in 5th, Rusted in 6th. That's the 6 cars that finished the race. The non-finishers were Logical in 7th, Colder 8th, and Rambo in 9th. 9 cars started, 6 finished. I can take a breath. So we are going to... That was round number 11 for League of Misfits. Round 12 next Monday night at Qatar. 5 more races left to go. I think it's going to, let's see if we go look at the standings. Grab a picture of these results here real quick. All right. So Cooper finishing second is going to stretch his point lead over Logical and Rated. I think we're going to see Nova. Nova's going to jump the Rated up into the 3rd spot. Murph is going to hold on to 5th. I don't think he gained enough points to jump over Rated. So I think we're going to see Cooper. Points after this race is going to be Cooper, Logical, Rusted, Rated, and Murph. And BFD there in 6th. So Good race here tonight. League of Misfits at Singapore. We love these rainy. Love when the rain comes out. It just adds a whole nother level of excitement. We saw guys trying some different tires. Rusted tried those wet tires. It just did not rain enough to keep him cold enough, and he popped that right rear tire with about two and a half laps left to go, and that sent him back to sixth. So once again, appreciate you being here, supporting the channel. Check out Dirt Racing Rewind if you like some old dirt races, some old. I guess they're vintage now. They're not vintage for me. I was there most of them, but we got races back in the 80s, 90s, 2000s. Dirt Racing Rewind on YouTube. Check it out. Channel we've been building up for a while. We will. Let's see. I think our only plan right now is to be back here next Monday night for round 12 of guitar. But like we said earlier, we hooked up with Sim Racing Media, and we are working some iRacing events with them. We have a truck race tomorrow night with the Western States Racing League at Phoenix. That's their championship race. They've got another championship race the next night with the Gunners League. I think it's Gunners for You or something like that. I should know that. But they're down to their championship race as well, and it's also trucks at Phoenix. So check us out at Sim Racing Media on YouTube for those for the next couple of nights. Tomorrow night's like 7:30, I think, for the one, and then Wednesday night's like 5 o'clock. So thank y'all for being here, and good racing again tonight. Congrats to Affinity on his second win of the season, and we will see you all again later.